Dear students, now see your third lesson in the book Flamingo, that is Deep Water, and this is written by William Douglas. At first, I would like to tell you about the author William O. Douglas, 16 October 1898 to 19 January 1980. Was born in Maine, Minnesota, and was raised in Yakima, Washington. He was an American jurist and politician. He served as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. He was nominated at the age of 40 by President Franklin D. Roosevelt and was the youngest justice appointed to the court and served for the longest term in the history of the Supreme Court. Now, see what is the theme of this lesson. In very short, I'll tell you the theme of this lesson, and after that, I'll discuss about the contents of this lesson in the form of summary, not the whole lesson. Deepwater deals with the childhood fear of Douglas, a misadventure at the YMCA pool developed an aversion of water in him, and he suffered from hydrophobia. I think you understand the meaning of this YMCA, Young Men Christian Association. This is the place where the Christian youngsters were found cheap food and lodging, and this is located at many places. But this is here the writer is talking about that particular YMCA pool that was located in his nearby area. Aversion of water means disliking of water in him. It was developed at the YMCA pool, and he suffered from hydrophobia, means fear from water. The story focuses on the fact that childhood fears must never be treated lightly. Childhood fears must never be treated lightly. If they are not tackled, then they make deep inroads into one's psychology. Douglas analyzes his fear and finally determines to overcome it. Only this much part I'll tell you, tell you about the theme of this lesson. Now see what contents are given in this lesson. Actually, deep water is an excerpt from Of Men and Mountains written by William O. Douglas. It is an autobiographical description of how the author develops the fear of water. Autobiographical means actually it is his self experience and the real life incident that took place in his life, and thereafter how he finally overcame it. How he finally overcame it means how he was able to get victory over fear of water. He narrates that his aversion to water started when he was 3 or 4 years old and his father took him to the beach in California. Beach means seashore. There he was knocked down by the waves and was almost buried down in water. When he was 10 or 11 years old, he joined the YMCA pool to learn to swim. One day, when he was sitting on the side of the pool all alone, a big bruiser of a boy picked him up. A big bruiser of a boy means very strong and sturdy. Boy picked him up end of the pool. He went at once to the bottom because there was very deep. He was frightened, but thoughts of a strategy to save his life, but thought of a strategy to save his life. He decided to hit the bottom and take a big jump to come to the surface and lie flat on it, and then paddle to the edge of the pool. But it seemed his way down was very long. Before he touched the bottom, his lungs were about to burst. Though he tried to take a big jump, he came up very slowly. As a result, he went down for a second time. His lungs ached, means he got a very painful experience and he started feeling dizzy. He jumped, his feet touched the bottom, but it made no difference. When he went down a third time, he sucked a lot of water. He sucked a lot of water while trying to breathe air. Then all his efforts stopped and he had a blackout. Means he was not finding a way to come out. He was overpowered by fear and eventually fainted. Means almost he became unconscious. After this incident, his fear of water worsened. Means condition became worse and he did not go swimming for or fishing or to any other water sport for many years. Finally, one October, he decided to overcome his fear of water. He hired an instructor to learn to swim. He started practicing swimming. Bit by bit, he said part of the panic or fear that seized him. The instructor tied a belt around his waist and connected it to a pulley with a rope. The author practiced day after day till he began to get back his confidence. He was able to swim the length of the pool on his own. Though the instructor was satisfied, the author felt that on many occasions his old fear of water would return. So he continued relentlessly without taking rest to swim in different water bodies till he was confident that he had overcome his fear. Finally, to test if he had lost the last vestiges of fear, last vestiges of fear means last signs of fear, Douglas went up to the Titan to Conrad Meadows, up the Conrad Creek Trail to Mead Glacier, and camped in High Meadow by the side of Warm Lake. As he had experienced the terror of death, his will to live grew most intensely. See this sentence again. As he had experienced the terror of death, his will to live grew most intensely. This made him fearless and confident. This is the all that is given in this lesson. Now, again, I'll discuss about the questions which I gave you earlier. Take out your questions, your notebook, and see the questions which are given to you earlier. Hello? See the questions given to you in the group. The first question is, Fear is something that we must learn to overcome if we want to succeed in life. How did Douglas get over his fear of water? For this question, simply you can write the answer. Fear has a tendency to cripple and paralyze us. Fear has a tendency to cripple and paralyze us. It doesn't allow us to make efforts to succeed. It doesn't allow us to make efforts to succeed. We ought to overcome fear in order to be successful. Douglas realized the truth of Roosevelt's statement. See, what is the statement is that was made by USA President Franklin D. Roosevelt. All we have to fear is fear itself. To overcome his fear of water, Douglas ultimately decided to hire an instructor to learn swimming. The instructor started working with him 5 days a week, an hour each day. He put a belt around Douglas and attached a rope to it. The rope went through an overhead pulley. The instructor held on to the end of the rope and monitored the swimming. On each trip across the pool, panic gripped Douglas. It took almost 3 months before the tension reduced. Then the instructor taught him inhalation. Inhalation means taking breath in, and exhalation means taking breath out. Underwater. For several weeks, his instructor taught Douglas to kick with his legs until he was able to command his legs at will. At will means at his own desire. So the instructor was able to make Douglas a swimmer. Douglas was able to swim, dive, crawl, and do other movements in swimming. Now see, another question is also given. We always admire those our heroes who face challenges bravely in different phases of life and emerge successfully. Elaborate on this statement with reference to William Douglas. For this question, simply you people can write William Douglas in his autobiographical story sends us a message that fear is life's true opponent. Opponent means enemy. And it is up to individuals to accept challenges fearlessly, fight all the adversities. It is bound to give one's weakness exit forever. Means that is removed forever. Douglas brushed with death in the YMCA pool proved a blessing for him. Initially, he finds the terror crippling him for good. He finds himself deprived of enjoying any aquatic game, means game in water, like fishing, boating, canoeing, etc. He simply dreads water and hates his handicap because he was not able to do any kind of activity in water because his fear of water. So he decided to fight it wholeheartedly. He practices under a trained coach and follows all the professional techniques essential to be a swimmer. His tireless efforts to overcome his fear of water are finally won over. He decides to dare Mr. Terror in the face. He decided to dare Mr. Terror in the face and comes out victorious to enjoy life. The lesson lies in Roosevelt's saying, all we have to fear is fear itself. Douglas teaches us that changing to past experience of fear and failure gives rise to anxiety and one loses self confidence. So, you can see in the lesson how Douglas tried to overcome his fear of water. He faced the challenges of in his life just because of his fearful experience at the YMCA pool. There is another question. It was given in the year of 2016 board exam CBSC. How did his experience at the YMCA swimming pool affect Douglas? See, the contents of the answer will remain the same, but you have to specify something different. But this is a short answer type of question. There is no need to write that much, which I have told you. Simply, you can write this much. The misadventure in the pool means in the YMCA pool, affected Douglas adversely, means in very opposite manner. He couldn't sleep at night, could not eat for days, as a lurking fear means hidden fear, always haunted him. The slightest exertion would make him feel weak in the knees and sick in the stomach. He feared water and avoided it. He feared water and avoided it. See, there are certain other questions that I would like to discuss with you all. Sub, there is another question that was given in the previous year exam paper. Not previous year, this was given in the year 2017. What was the deep fear in William Douglas' mind? How did he get over it? So simply you can write down these questions. What was the deep fear? Write in the copy this question. What was the deep fear in William Douglas' mind? How did he get over it? How did he get over it? This is also a short answer type question. The deep fear in William Douglas' mind was that his fear of water would deprive him of enjoying the aquatic games like fishing, boating, swimming, etc. Whenever he went near rivers or any water body, the haunting fear of old experiences would weaken his decision to win it over. But he overcame the icy horror of water by his sheer determination and regular practice in rough water till he conquered means got victory, his crippling fear, and became a swimmer. So in this way, you have to write the answer for short answer type of questions. These answers are to be written in about 30 to 40 words. Again, I would like to discuss about one more question. See, another question. The story Deep Water has made you realize that with determination and perseverance, one can accomplish the impossible. Write a paragraph in about 100 words on how a positive attitude and courage will aid you to achieve success in life. See, what you can learn from this lesson. or what kind of teaching has been provided by William O. Douglas to the readers. Simply, this has a very practical approach, and you people will get the same thing in your practical life, in your real life situation. But for writing the answer, at least you have to start writing in this way. For any task to be accomplished successfully, all that one requires is willpower, patience, courage, and positive attitude. The lesson Deep Water teaches us how through sheer grit and determination. Sheer grit means your firm determination, courage. So this lesson Deep Water teaches us how through sheer grit and determination Douglas overcame his deep rooted childhood fear of water and was able to walk as a free man to achieve in life what stands one in good stead. What stands one in good stead is not only determination or the willpower, but a balanced and positive approach to things, and nothing is insurmountable. Means nothing is impossible for you. What one has to realize is one's potential and strength and add to it a positive outlook, and then you are ready to defeat and surpass all hurdles of life. This lesson actually teaches you how you can win over the challenges of life or in your real life situation. How can you be able to face the challenges of life? Again, I would like to discuss one more question, and after that, I'll ask you, in case if you have any confusion regarding this lesson, I'll discuss with you all. I crossed to oblivion. Oblivion means forgetful. And the curtain of life fell. What was the incident which nearly killed Douglas and developed in him a strong aversion to water? Just see, this is also a question given in the board exam paper in the previous years. I crossed to oblivion. See the question? I crossed to oblivion and the curtains of life fell. This is the statement given in your textbook. What was the incident which nearly killed Douglas and developed in him a strong aversion to water? The YMCA pool incident nearly killed Douglas and developed in him a strong aversion to water. Strong aversion means strong disliking to water. When he was flung into the water, he landed in a sitting position, swallowed water, and was frightened, but was able to plan how he would leap and come to the surface. He was not able to make it. He tried a second time, but felt a great force pulling him down. Tried to scream, tried to scream, but no words came out. He still decided to jump. When he hit the bottom, but the jump made no difference. When Douglas went down a third time, he sucked for air but got water. Strangely, he saw that yellow light going. Then all efforts ceased. He went limp, means felt handicapped. A blackness swept over him and was quiet and peaceful. That was the time he felt that the curtain of life fell on him. Curtain of life fell on him means simply he was experienced experiencing his own death. Almost he had become unconscious, and that is why he was feeling very peaceful life. But the actual condition was that he had lost all his hopes of life. Hello, just I want to end up this discussion